Hey, this is a video on your machine, specifically yours. I just finished it. I was actually playing a little bit with it because I wanted to make sure everything was working. Um, Here's your two controllers that you're going to get. They're Bluetooth, and the machine does have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi now. I mean, it had Bluetooth before, but now it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi 6, so it's pretty good Wi-Fi. I will be shipping it out tomorrow morning, hopefully. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I won't be able to drop it off, but I'll be able to box it and print the label and all that stuff. I just wanted to show you some things because you're not going to be using Bluetooth, but if you ever do decide to connect something that's Bluetooth, I want to show you what you have to do in order to connect it because it's not as straightforward as you might think. These are already set up, so you don't got to worry about them. There's nothing connected right now, so we're just gonna hit the button to connect this one, and that's how you turn it on. You just press this button, and it has to be when this screen is like this on the main screen. It won't work if you're trying to do before. You can do it while you're trying to load a game or whatever, anywhere inside here, inside Batocera, it'll work. So there we go. It should auto connect. If it doesn't connect, just restart the computer. Sometimes I don't know, they act funny, but it's kind of rare. I do have a keyboard plugged in, and you will need a mouse on some emulators, like for instance, Wii U. Wii U had that touchpad. I don't know if you remember that. And sometimes you have to touch, and the only way to touch is with the mouse, unless you have a touchscreen, which I doubt. But that's how you do that. I just want to show you some things first. So I just hit. Sorry, let me get out of here because I didn't show you what I did. So when you're here in this menu, what you have to do is hit F1 on your keyboard, and it'll bring you to this menu. This is like your menu. This is like all the background stuff that's going on in your computer. If you go to applications right here on the left, this will show you all your emulators. It'll show you RPCS3. It'll show you Yuzu. That's for Switch. This is for PlayStation 3. This is for Wii U Plus. This is Wii U and Wii U Plus. I usually use this one. It's a better emulator. So, Duck Station, that's for PlayStation. Dolphin, that's for like Nintendo 64 and Wii, I think. Oh, sorry, N64, Nintendo 64. GameCube and Wii. And here goes my door. Sorry. There's other stuff on here like YouTube, Xbox, Game Cloud, Spotify, all that stuff you can find on here if you want to use it. Netflix, if you want to watch movies on your cabinet. But this is all the stuff that's on here. But in order to change the connect Bluetooth things, you gotta go to. I don't know if you can see it, but it says share right over here. You gotta go to the share folder, and then right over here it says I don't know if you can see it, but it says system. So we're gonna go right to systems. It's highlighted right now, so we're gonna double click, and now we're in here in this folder. And over here on the left, we're gonna see something that says custom SH. All right, so we're gonna open that up, and it's gonna on the bottom here, it's gonna say execute in terminal, open or cancel. We're just gonna hit open, and then here we have some things that we tell it to run when it first starts. Not stuff you gotta really worry about, but as you can tell, I don't know if you can see it right here. It says Bluetooth management .ssp off. So what that means is, basically it means that your controllers are connected to Bluetooth and nothing else can connect. And the reason I do that is because the Bluetooth controller acts funny, and then when you're trying to, it'll connect them the first time, but when you try to reconnect them, they won't auto connect. So I always turn it off. That's the only fix I found to have these controllers reconnect. So when it's in the off position, and since these two are already, as you can tell, they're already connected. They can reconnect when they disconnect, and that's the beauty of having this off, because they can reconnect. But let's say you have these two controllers. Right now they're connected, so we don't got to worry about them. Let's say you have you have whatever you got, another controller, something, a better, let's say a light gun that uses Bluetooth. Then I doubt they have those. But in order to connect into Bluetooth, we're going to have to change this. You're going to have to type it to on. Right? And then we're going to hit File, Save, and then Exit. And then we're not done yet. We just have to double click it. And before where it says execute, that's what we gotta do. We just gotta hit execute. And now the script is running. So then we exit out of here. Our Bluetooth controllers are still connected, but if we lose connection, they will not reconnect. That's the only problem when you have that on. But now you can connect other Bluetooth devices. And to connect other Bluetooth devices, you just hit start your controller. And then you go to controller and Bluetooth, and then you go to pair Bluetooth automatically. You'll hit that, and then you'll have your controller in pair mode or whatever, and then it should pair. For Wi-Fi, if you want to go to Wi-Fi, you go down here to network settings. Right now it's connected to my Wi-Fi. You'll just have to change your Wi-Fi ID and your password right here, and you'll find it should automatically find your Wi-Fi things, but it'll have you search. Yeah, so let me turn that back off because I don't want to send it to you and the controllers aren't reconnecting. So like I said, we go to share, system, custom SH. We're gonna go hit open, and then we're gonna go from on to off. Just type it in, hit file, make sure there's one space in there, file, save, and quit. And then we're gonna hit double click it, and we're gonna execute it. There we go. And then now the controller's gonna reconnect. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to show you some other troubleshooting things you might need to learn, because you are going to have like a light gun, I think, and you'll need these little tricks. So let's say let's go. Saturn is one of the games that I noticed you need to switch the emulator for some light guns to work. So we go to Saturn, we go to hit A, and then we're going to go to Alien right here, right? In order to get to the menu on this game, you have to hold the X, and then we're gonna go to Advanced Games Options, and right there where it says Emulator, if you hit A, or the south button I should say, you'll have a choice of emulators. If a screen is just black and nothing's working, do this and then try to switch. Beetle Saturn is what you gotta use for light guns, I'm pretty sure. So that's for the Saturn, you gotta plug this in. Yeah, use that for your light gun games. I think it works better. And if you want to, like, that's for a game, right? But if you want to do it for a system, let's say you want the entire system to be a certain emulator, you go here, you go to System Settings, and then you go down to, no, wrong one. We go to Game Settings, go up. You see that? Per System Advanced Configuration. And that's basically the same thing that I showed you earlier with the menu for that one game. But this time it'll allow you to change the settings for... let's go to Saturn. So you see that? And right now I have it on Yaban Sanshiro. I don't know why. We're just going to go to Auto. But you can choose Beetle or whatever. And that's for the whole system. So every system, unless you manually change the settings on an emulator, on a specific game, this will take over all the games that haven't had manual settings. So these will be your overall settings, and you'll see some games I have made settings for, and ignore PlayStation 3 Plus. Is just PlayStation 3. I'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, that's how you change like the emulators on these systems. Pretty easy. So just follow what I told you. Start game settings. Sorry, my dog's trying to get out of the room. You go to per system configurations, and then here you can change on every system what you want. Also, if you're trying to clean up your game list, you can go to game collection settings, and you can systems displayed. You can turn off systems right in this menu. You just undo the check mark and you can turn them off. So yeah, and I turned some off, like these right here. You can turn these back on if you want. PC 9800 and PC 8800. Let's see what else. Okay, so there's three systems that the controllers will not auto configure with, because when you plug it in control, it'll auto configure. You might have a harder time because you're going to be using two joysticks, but for the most part I want to show you how to manage those three systems. So in this menu, we're going to hit the F1 menu again, and then we're going to go to applications, and the three that you have to manually adjust are RPCS3, Semu Plus, which is this one right here, and Yuzu. Those are the three that you have to manually set. You can't just do it from the main menu where you configure your controllers. You have to do it from these three. You have to do manually, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to go. It's pretty easy. Semu and Yuzu work almost identical. So we're going to open Yuzu, and we're just going to give it a second. It's going to take a good couple of seconds to actually load. Right, here it is, and then we're going to go to emulation, configure right over here, and then we go to down here on the left. There's controls, and you can set your controls up in here. So when you plug in your controller, and when finally you plug it into that USB converter, your input device is going to be right here. For me, this is the DualShock 4 controller 0. You'll have something else. It might even show as a keyboard and mouse. Who knows? So we can adjust dead zones too. Like this is for the sensitivity of the stick. I already have all this set, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But that's how you do it. And over here we have motion. These controllers have motion. Some games require motion, so you might still need these PS4 controllers at some point. Yeah, you can change it. You can make it a Pro Controller, do Joy-Con, a handheld GameCube controller. You can do a lot of stuff. And it won't leave you in the dark. It'll tell you, oh, wrong controller. It'll tell you what's what. See, it'll move with you. As you press buttons, it'll tell you what's what. So it's pretty straightforward. And then you just gotta hit OK, and that's about it. RPCS3 is about the same way. It's a little bit easier. It says pads right up here. Right here. And then right there you gotta pick your controller. And then the handler you have to, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be SDL for you. But you can try other ones. You can try NDev, EvDev. You can try other handlers, but pretty sure SDL is the one you want. And then here you can choose a device class. You can do a standard pad. Gun controller 3, you can do a gun here. Yeah, so you'll just have to play around with these settings, and then you hit save down here at the bottom. And you can also adjust your your dead zones. For like, what that means is like if you move it, like some controllers are kind of broken, and then they kind of always push up a little bit on their normal position when you're not touching it, they're just kind of stuck up here because you've been pressing up too long. Dead zone just means it's the zone before it actually indicates movement. So even though it might be right here, it won't actually trigger a movement. It's gonna wait till you're like right over here, and then it'll start movement. See what I mean? And that's, it shows you the little image right here. It shows you a little circle of when it'll actually start to detect the movement. So if you find that you have to, like when you have your stick and you have to turn it like this much and it still doesn't move, if you want very precise movement and this doesn't do it, you're gonna have to adjust those dead zones. If like it only detects movement when it's like over here in this position, you gotta make it more sensitive, and then you just drag this slider down. So yeah, that's that. And there's videos on YouTube on how to do all this stuff. Or you could always ask me. I could always make you a video showing you how to do it. But that's how you do that. So remember, Semu, RPCS3, and Yuzu, you got auto configure. Ryujinx as well. But that Yuzu is the main one. That's only if you ever change to Ryujinx because the game's not working. You can do that. Alright. And that is about it. That's everything I wanted to tell you. The machine is working great. This is your machine right here, actually. I was playing with it a bit. Temperatures are pretty good. I undervolted it slightly just to keep the temperatures in check. If you do end up putting it inside a cabinet, I would take the panels off to help you keep the computer a little cooler, since it will be locked in a cabinet. So you can just, these things come off. So you can, there's a lever in the back right here that you push, and it'll pop this up, and then you can remove this, and you can just remove all these panels. All these panels can come up, and then the computer will breathe a little easier. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And that's about it. I'm gonna actually package your computer right now. I'm gonna try to find a box because it's pretty big, so I gotta find a decent box for it. And I'll do a good job packing it. Don't worry. I'm not gonna just throw it and just wrap it once. I hate when eBayers do that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the machine when you get it. If you have any questions after you get it, just message me. I'm not gonna leave you in the dark. And yeah, good luck. Good luck with the sticks, and let me know how it all works out when you're done. I am very curious. So, and yeah, just let me, one more thing. If you ever see, if it ever tells you to update, don't update. It will break your system. There's too many things that I've added, too many overlays, too many, like those custom SHs that I've added. It'll remove all that stuff. And also, it will probably remove Nintendo Switch, and because Patosera does not support it anymore, so it might remove it. And I remember last time I updated, Nintendo Switch was gone, and it was a struggle to get it back on. So just want to let you know, don't update. There's no need to update. The system works just fine as it is. So yeah, anything, let me know. If you need a copy of the image because it got corrupted for some reason, just let me know. I could always help you out.